Alright, fellow YouTubers, this is Electromatic back with another electric skateboard review. Here we have my 12,000 watt electric skateboard. It has two 6,000 watt motors, 80, 85 Maytech motors, sealed censored, brushless. Um, These motor mounts on here are massive, as you can see. I mean, look at these things. This thing is built to last for many years. Um, great, great motors. I haven't had any problems with them. It's chain drive. The reason I go with chain drive is because, I mean, it just lasts. You don't really have that much maintenance to do on a chain. They don't break like belts. They don't have a bunch of uh, they don't. The gears don't get stripped out like on gear drives. Um, Here you got the Matrix 2 trucks, MBS, with shock blocks. They're awesome. You got the Striker, Primo Striker 9-inch tires with the MBS rims. You got an MBS deck here. Let's see here. You got the MBS F5 bindings. As you can see, the ESC is in a custom aluminum box with the carbon fiber top. All this, the motor mounts and the ESC box were all CNC custom made, including the battery tray that the battery sits on. That is a 30Q Samsung cells, 36 volt, 15 amp hour, or you would call it a 10S5P battery. Great battery. Haven't had any problems with it. The thing, Samsung makes good quality cells. The deck is an MBS mountainboard deck. It's a wood deck. It's also a good deck. I haven't had any problems with it. Yeah, like I said, it's chain drive. Chain drives are nice when you got. This board is built for all different kinds of terrains. I know a lot of electric skateboards say, "Oh, all terrain," but that doesn't mean they can handle any all terrain scenario. This electric board, I mean, it has studded tires. You can run it on frozen lakes, and that's what it was built for primarily. I don't really do that too much, but that's why the motors are IP54 splash proof and all that. You can ride this thing on frozen lakes. You can ride it in mud. You can ride it in snow. You can ride it in all those different kinds of scenarios, road, whatever, and it's going to perform. You see a lot of electric mountain boards out there, trample board, all that. There'll be most of them are around 8,000 watts or under or whatever. You got some higher ones, but 12,000 watts. What I have is kind of overkill, and I do that's for a specific reason, so the motors don't get stressed out. I mean, you can run this 40 miles an hour, and yeah, it goes 40 miles an hour, and the battery can take you 25-mile range. And when you're done, those motors won't even be warm. And that helps the motors last a lot longer. They don't prematurely die off. So they last a lot longer. This board is built to last, from the motor mounts to the motors to the ESC box to the battery tray, everything's easy to work on this board. I mean, to take off the back tire, you simply just take the key off the chain. There's a little key on the chain you take out, and the chain breaks apart, and then you can take the bolt off of the rim and just pull the tire right off with the sprocket. You can clean all that stuff up, the motors and all that, and you just stick that back on and put the pin right through back through the chain and put it on, and it's ready to go. the ESC box. That opens up really easy. You can get at the ESC, which is a flip ski dual 6.6. Thing's amazing. I haven't had any problems with it. Um, I'd say with the flip ski, maybe the voltage indicator fluctuates a little bit. I don't know if that's just with the flip ski or not. But it will fluctuate when you're got it at full power. Um, Basically, if you want to get the right voltage and the right battery indicator, you just let off the throttle, uh, wait a few seconds, look down, and it'll tell you the exact battery that you got left. But this thing can actually do 25 miles range. It has. Um, I haven't had any problems. The board, like I said, is built very well. Um, you're not going to break this board. The shocks, the shock blocks, they're nice for high speeds, especially. They're really stable. You can ride this board 40 miles an hour, and with the bindings, you actually feel stable. Like when I ride my Evolve Carbon GTR, and I'm pumping that 23, 24, 25 miles an hour, well, you feel like you're holding on for your life. I mean, because just a bump, on the road or something like that could throw you off that board. But with a MBS mountain board deck like this with bindings and all-terrain wheels, I mean, you feel stable on this board. You feel safe. So you're willing to take on a lot more obstacles. And that's the thing. The only drawback of this, with the big battery and the big motor mounts, the board's heavier. But like I said, this board is built more like like an off-road vehicle. It's built quality. My GTR, great board, carves like a dream, carbon fiber, all that. Double kingpin trucks, and it's smooth, gets good range. It will, with the street wheels, it'll get 30 miles an hour. So I'm not saying that ain't a great board, but if you think that's an all-terrain board when you throw the AT tires on there, you're sorely mistaken compared to like a mountain board with bindings, because you're going to get so much more of a stable ride with something like that compared to a off-the-shelf board that's built for and it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be truly all-terrain. It's built for street use and all that, and light dirt roads and maybe some trails. Some people ride them on. I've seen the Evolve races and stuff. People do that stuff, but I mean, this board, like I said, it's built for extreme environments. I grew up in San Diego, but I live in Minnesota now. There's a lot of snow here in the winter and frozen lakes and stuff like that, and it's built to take on those environments and do them well, and that's what it does, and it's built to last. Like, I can take this board, every piece of it apart, from the ESC to the bearings. I know every part on this board. I can order it. I can replace it. I can get into the controller and program it. I know how to do all that. Yeah, I'm kind of a DIY guy. I've been building drones and RC cars and electric bikes, electric motorcycles, electric skateboards, things like that for years. And I've been riding electric skateboards for like 10 years. I started with a company called E-Glide out of Santa Clara, California. They built real heavy, this was a long time ago, they built real heavy aluminum boards, aluminum deck, aluminum battery enclosures, seal lead acid batteries, but they were built like tanks, and that board lasted like 3.5 years before I sold it off. It was a good board, but it weighed 70 pounds. It was way heavy. But this board is not near as heavy as that. This is the battery is the main weight on this board. If you want a big battery, you're gonna have weight. But other than that, this is a great board if you want something like I said, like something compared to a trample board or other mountain board deck. You can see the bottom here, the wood grain and all that. It's a nice looking board. It's not as fancy as some of the trample boards, but this, I guarantee you, this board will last a lot longer than a lot of those boards because the way it's built. And that's the reason I got this board, because it's built to last. It's built like a tank. It's something I can depend on, something I can work on easily. I'm not depending on a company to ship me parts like another electric skateboard company like Boost or Evolve or Acton or Metroboard. I'm not waiting for parts. I can get the parts. I know where the parts are. I can order them myself. I can work on the board. And that's the benefit of building your own board versus buying one off the shelf. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't buy one off the shelf because they're great. But yeah, that's about it. Electromatic here. Take care. Hope you all enjoy the video. I don't do fancy editing and all that. Sorry. Thanks for watching. And I'll do a ride video of me going a little faster. Probably hit the 40-mile-per-hour mark. If you guys want to see that, just comment in the comments and I'll do a speed test. I'm kind of shooting this video with my smartphone on a tripod, so it's not as easy to do fast speeds while holding. I don't want to drop my $1,200 smartphone, but I can make a video. As you can see in here, there's chain drive, all that. And thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day.